Hey everybody, welcome to Planter Grow Night. This is actually week 10 of our live stream, and it's the official transition point between the current cycle and the next cycle of indoor food growing. We're going to focus on forward planning, crop choices, some layout tweaks, and system adjustments for your next cycle. This allows you to grow alongside us. You can get feedback and ideas from the community. You can also get some momentum building up, and then you can start to get into your next 3 months of indoor food growing. So, crop planning with the community. This is broadcast Saturday, August 30th. So, if you find it later, don't worry. You can still use all of the same principles and you can grow for yourself really easily. So to get more information about us, you can scan that QR code up at the top. It takes you over to indoor food market, indoorgardenmarket.com. And we're really about growing or learning how to grow more than 75 pounds of food in less space than a coffee table with LED grow lights. So let me bring up our QR code so you've got it and you can actually scan that. We've got a free indoor food growing training program that runs 12 months of the year. If you have no outdoor space, if you don't know how to get started growing your own food, highly recommend joining us. It's free to sign up. You get reminders, emails, tips and tricks, discounts on different kinds of products or services to help you get going. Depending on where you are in the world, it's never been easier to grow up to 75 pounds of food in less space than a coffee table using LED grow lights. It's cheap, it's efficient, it's way less than grocery store prices, especially if you're using hydroponics. So exciting time to be alive. During this particular Planter Grow Night, we're going to talk about generally how the cycle has been for you so far. We'd like to get your feedback. What do you love? What do you hate? How has it been difficult for you? And then start to gear up and plan for your next cycle. So let's jump over into that right now. A few things to consider if you are planning your next growing cycle. You can grow 4 full cycles of greens and herbs across the year. So this assumes that you're going to plant, grow from a seed into a full-size plant of herbs or a green, and you're going to grow about 2.5 months and then take down that plant, harvesting continuously through that time period, then bring another plant up, put it into that space. You're going to recycle, basically. So some things to keep in mind. You need about a same size space as a coffee table or maybe a dining room table. That's enough to get you up to that 75 pounds per year of greens, herbs, fruiting plants. To put that into perspective, that's every week, that's 3 to 5 full-size salads. It's a huge amount of production. To get to that, you ideally are going to use some sort of hydroponic system, which we absolutely have recommendations for, or you can also use soil or almost any other things. So keep in mind that your greens and herbs are fast-growing crops. You can grow 4 full cycles of those if you're just growing them up to full size and then harvesting from the outer edges of them and keeping them growing for you. Slow crops would include pretty much everything with a fruiting plant. So that is tomatoes, cucumbers, peas, beans, peppers, all those things that we love. If you are growing in a dwarf-sized plant, they typically take about 3 months to get up to size, and then they're going to last about 3 months beyond that. So you can really get 2 cycles of those plants growing in your indoor food growing space. Keep in mind, you've got to have lights. Very, very important. You cannot put these on a windowsill. You've got to have extra lights. And typically those lights are going to be on 14, 16, sometimes 18 hours, depending on the kind of plant you might be growing. So really easy to get started. We're going to jump over into our live crop planning system. Now, this is based on the ChatGPT protocol, and it is, hold on. Looks like my screen turned off there. Let me get us sharing one more time. Okay, so it's based on the ChatGPT protocol, and it's a private version of that system. You can access it right here in our indoor food growing guide. You can see there, just scan that. It's going to take you over to ChatGPT. It's a free program. You don't need to spend any money. Just sign in with whatever email or system you like, and that will allow you to start using it. Super easy to use it. If you've already been growing, then all you have to do is click Reset My Garden. It should have an idea of what you've grown before, but it's going to give you a reset basically. So it's going to involve steps: deep cleaning, organizing containers, a light check, make sure you've got the right lights, reset or restock some of your supplies, and then once you've done that, it's going to give you the option to jump straight into your planning. So we're going to type out "let's grow" into the chat, and then it's going to ask, what do you want to grow? Fast growing, slow growing, mixture of both. And so then it will break things out for you. So we're going to do a mix of both here, and it's going to give you some options. So first of all, we need to know, approximately what's the size of our space. And I would say the coffee table size is probably the easiest for most people to understand, and it's also easier to kind of control the space basically. And we're going to give the option of both hydroponics and soil, just so you get a sense of it. So if you have about a coffee table size space, you have the options of using either soil or hydroponics. That's great for greens, herbs, fruiting plants like tomatoes, for example. And our harvest goal, most people start with 1 pound per week, or around a kilo per week, a little more than that. It's not exactly that amount necessarily. How much time do you want to dedicate is the next question that's going to take you through. Could be 20 minutes a day, a few hours a week. So we're going to do 30 minutes per week. And that's going to control some of the variables for us so we don't end up with a really large system. And do you have any grow lights? So one important thing to note, grow lights, there's a lot of great ones out there on your Amazon. You can find a bunch of suggestions for those. You can also check out the more info up there, and you can check out a couple of different systems that we like and are a good match for us. But generally speaking, about 50 watts of consumption for grow lights for greens and herbs is okay. Whatever light that you might find in LEDs are going to be a good option for that. And about 100 watts for lights that might be growing a fruiting plant, a tomato, a cucumber, maybe a dwarf strawberry. All of those are fine. So we can say I have lights in this case, just to make it easy as we're going through this process. And it's going to generate a personalized garden plan. So we're going to call this Sprout and Savor Studio, just for fun. It's going to give you some ideas. Fast growing, harvest 3 to 5 weeks. So hydroponic butterhead lettuce, arugula, Thai basil or Genovese basil, and 2 plants. In soil, 1 to 2 pots. Chives or greens, cilantro or parsley. Slower growing, which would take about 8 to 12 weeks. You can do dwarf cherry tomatoes, sweet banana pepper, all dwarf size, really easy to do. Here's a shopping list that kind of gets you started, and then setup steps. And so once you've gone through that, it can actually generate a PDF copy, or you could put it into a calendar version, whatever you like. It's very easy to do. So once you get through that process, go ahead and just tell it, please generate a PDF for me, or you can add it onto your calendar, whatever you wish. It's meant to be a guide. Just read through it critically. These systems are never 100% accurate, but they're going to help out quite a bit. And it's going to be able to fill in details like how much soil do I need? How many bags? What other kinds of hydroponic systems are out there? It's going to help in a lot of those different ways. So let me put the guide back up here. So all you have to do is scan that QR code to the center of the screen. I mean, my right center of the screen on your video there. If you need more information, you can always go to that more info QR code up there as well. And for seeds and supplies, one resource we really like is called Seeds Now. It has a lot of different things that are great for growing indoors, hydroponics, and things of that nature. So really simple way to get going. Includes soil with LED grow lights, includes hydroponics with LED grow lights. You can DIY it yourself. You can get a system on our website at the QR code above. That is one of the ones we love that's kind of ready to go out of the box. But the goal here is to really improve the amount of food that you're growing in any size space. This is not outdoor growing. This is indoors. It's a great plus to outdoor growing. If you're growing outdoors, add indoor growing. If you're not growing at all and you live in a city and you don't have an outdoor space, please add indoor growing. It is amazing. It's fresh. The greens and herbs and the food is, I mean, can't really get cleaner than that. You know where it is. It's never sprayed with pesticides or herbicides because you're growing it for yourself. So it's really exciting and it's really easy to do. Moving along here, so hope the indoor garden planner is great for you and helps you out. So we've got a couple of different things that we'll recommend regarding starting supplies. Now, obviously, using our planner, it will give you 100 different options, maybe 1,000 different options. I don't know exactly, but if you're looking for specific things that I've used in the past, that's really helpful. First of all, you choose your system. So either a soil system with a light over the top of it, keep the light close, about this far away, just 3-4 inches. As the plant's growing, you can pull it up, or a hydroponic system. Lots of options on our website at the QR code under more info. Now we're going to highlight a few varieties that I've found really grow well and are delicious, and a mix of different varieties as well. So the first on our list is actually Genevieve's sweet basil. You can get it right there at that QR code. Fast grower. It grows in pretty much any kind of hydroponic system you might like to use. It will grow in soil really well. It likes the dry environment indoors, and it's going to grow with that 50-watt grow light. So you can do it pretty much year round. Great in salads. Great to add on a sandwich. Obviously, cook with it. Just munch on it whenever you like. It's an easy way of getting more greens in your diet, and basil, it is so nice to eat on a regular basis, and it's so expensive in grocery stores. You'll be surprised at A, how much you can grow, and B, how fresh tasting and clean it is if you're growing it for yourself. Don't need a large system. Small box system about this big, it's going to grow basil great for you. So keep that in mind. So that's the first on our list, sweet basil, Genevieve. Next one might be unfamiliar to people, tatsoi mustard. What I love about this is it's great in a stir fry, or you can mix it up and eat it fresh in a salad. It's something you may have seen in an Asian grocery store. It typically comes from far away, but you can grow a tremendous number of these in either a soil-based system or a hydroponic system. Going to be fast to harvest, usually ready in about 30 days to begin harvesting from it. And you can keep coming back and harvesting from that plant probably a month and a half or 2 months after you start your harvest. Great to have in the cycle, easy to start and get going. So I'd highly recommend adding this as something that is great for cooking as well as eating fresh. Now, if you're not really sure what to start with, you've got your plan from our Green Thumb guide, the AI system that we just talked about. You can start with one of the all-in-one hydroponic greens variety packs. This has got 15 different plant varieties that grow great in hydroponic systems as well as soil. It has hundreds of seeds per plant, so thousands of seeds total. It's going to last a long time. And the cool thing about hydroponic growing is that you really get exactly the right number of seeds growing that you want. So once you've planted it in your coconut core or your rockwool, if it doesn't come up in 7 days, you can throw another seed in there and then wait another 7 days, wait for it to come up. So you're really efficiently using these seeds. If you try to plant these outside, it can be problematic. Many of your green seeds will blow away in the wind. You can simply lose the seeds completely. But indoor growing, don't have those issues. Controlled environment, 4 full crop cycles per year if you are harvesting continuously from the plant. And this hydroponic greens variety pack really helps a lot because it's got all of the strongest growing hydroponic greens and different kinds of plants that you might want to try. So it's really great. If you're feeling extremely inventive, there's also dwarf sunflowers available that can grow in a system. I would recommend sticking with a 5-gallon size container in soil if you're going to grow with these, or maybe one of the grow mesh system that we would recommend. That tends to be really easy to use. I'll just throw the QR code up there. The grow mesh garden, that would work well for these sunflowers. They take a long time to grow, but with a good 100-watt light, you're going to have a really interesting time. And you can do this now. So if you started growing it right now, we're August approximately, beginning of September, you could be harvesting around Christmas time. That's how fast these grow, especially in a hydroponic system like the grow mesh garden. Pretty amazing. Lots of great ways of doing this and lots of great ways of growing. So if you're just joining us, I want to just do a quick reminder here. We are Planter at indoorgardenmarket.com, and we do have a free indoor food growing training program on our website. This training program breaks out all of indoor food growing for you. It's an excellent +1. If you're growing outdoors, please keep doing that. If you've got some expertise in growing, just add on indoor growing. It's not meant to replace outdoor growing. If you don't have an outdoor space, start doing indoor growing. There's a ton of greens, herbs, tomatoes, cucumbers, almost anything you can imagine. When you add LED grow lights and start doing it year round, you can get great results. So join our free indoor food growing training program. We grow 12 months out of the year, up to 75 pounds of food per year in about the same size space as a coffee table. Extremely powerful technology, cheaper than grocery store prices right now when you grow for yourself. Never been easier to do it. And you can do it when you're sitting at home watching Netflix. Plant out your next garden, grow more fresh food for your family. Don't worry about the grocery store running out of greens. Don't worry about how far away it's coming or what's sprayed on it, what mystery chemical might be sprayed on it. You get to take control of this for yourself and your family. So hope you can join us at the free indoor food growing training program. A couple things to note here, key dates and of course, shopping reminder. So next week is really your final chance to clean, reset, and then start to place those orders. So if you haven't bought your seeds yet, if you need your supplies, no problem. Still got enough time to get them before we start our next cycle. You're going to get all of that information as part of the indoor food growing training program that I just showed you. When you are ready, you can join next quarter's kickoff live stream. So keep in mind that is every Saturday, 8 p.m. and on a variety of different channels. And you can always catch the live stream replays on our YouTube channel at Planter Grows. So keep in mind, get more information using that QR code right there. And we'd love to hear from you. So what are your plans? What's coming up next? You can drop your grow list in the chat below, or you can share with #MyIndoorFoodGarden on any social channels. We're watching those, so we will actually be able to share what you're growing. We'd like to highlight you as part of this growing group of future indoor food growers. You can get feedback on your combination ideas, your layout tips, and then of course, once you've started to grow and keep following us, you're going to be able to understand more about new systems, trellising, seeds. You can find lots of information on our indoor garden market, which is available at the info right up there. So let's check in with our community. We actually had a great post by at Gardening Indoors on Instagram. It involves subsoil and hydroponic systems. So she highlighted 7 different kinds of plants you can grow indoors year round. What you see pictured there is actually dwarf cherry tomatoes. They are happy underneath it, right around that 100-watt grow light. Amazing system. Also, Elfsis up here, a large system that can grow over 100 plants at a time. It's basically a vertical farm that's growing inside of your living space. Stick it in your living room. You can put it in the kitchen if you want to have harvest fresh all the time. Really amazing and easy to do. So go ahead and give @_gardening indoors a follow on Instagram and check out what they are growing. Really exciting. Lots of people are doing this. If you haven't started yet, no worries. We've got lots of different ways of helping you out, and we'd love to feature you on a future version of our Planter Grow Night. So thanks so much for joining us. That concludes our overview and Planter Grow Night for this week. Next week, we've got top tools for every budget, Saturday, September 6th, always at 8 p.m. Go ahead and scan that QR code for more information. And just one quick reminder, if you haven't yet joined our free indoor food growing training program, please do. That is at indoorgardenmarket.com, and it gets you access to all the information, all of the systems, all of the guidance, and all of the community support you need to start producing food for your family indoors year round using soil, hydroponics, kratky, sprouting, whatever way you want to do it. We have so many options available now for regular people to start growing food indoors in a city, in a higher urban environment. If you're in the suburbs, it doesn't matter. We've got a great option to grow indoor food for ourselves, get our family fresher greens, start to reduce our spend at the grocery stores, eliminating supply disruptions, making sure that we're not overspending on herbs, and really expanding the universe of greens and herbs and fruiting plants that we can enjoy. There's a limit to how much the grocery store provides. Even a good farmer's market is not going to give you a huge number of varieties. But if you're growing food indoors, there's thousands of different kinds of greens and herbs that you can grow, all ready for you. All you need to do is find a system, plant your seeds, start growing and harvesting. We help you through the whole cycle right here on the Indoor Food Growing Training Program. My name is Clift. I am the local indoor food growing training community operator in the Loudoun, Virginia, Northern Virginia / Washington, D.C. area. If you haven't done so already, check out our website. We do have live local events in different parts of the country. Love to see you at my next event. That's actually at Crooked Run Brewing in Sterling, Virginia on September the 6th, actually. 7th. It's the day after our next live stream. So it's a lot of fun. You can see the greens, you can taste them, you can see how the systems work, get hands-on with the future of food growing in your own home, and it's really exciting. So hope to see you then. It's been a pleasure. Don't forget to share #MyIndoorFoodGarden and share what you're growing, what your plans are. We would really love to hear from you.